Hello and welcome to the Gooner Talk. Back again with you guys for another show. The reason why I'm laughing is it was a friend's birthday yesterday, and so as you do with a friend's birthday, you go out, you have a nice time, and I'm feeling it this morning. I can't quite believe I'm doing this show. I'll be very, very honest with you. So this might be the shortest morning show we've done. But I didn't want to let you down, and I didn't want to not do a show. So please drop a like on the video. Please subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, this might be the shortest one that we've done so far. But I'm going to do it. And I came in at 1 o'clock last night and made this show. Got in, put the PowerPoint together, put the presentation together. So I deserve a like on this video, I'm telling you that. So if you haven't done so already, drop a like on the video. Let's get to it. As always, go subscribe to the Arsenal Way. Link is in the description as per. So do make sure that you are subscribed if you aren't already. But we kick off the show with the news that Ryan Alebiosu has joined Crewe Alexandria. You know what's better? This is a better. There we go. We hide my face. That's the best way we do this show now. Ryan Alebiosu has joined Crewe Alexandria on loan until the end of the season. Obviously, he's been on the bench a couple of times for Arsenal. He was on the bench for the Liverpool game and for the Burnley game. Didn't come on, despite the fact that he's got 7 assists so far for the youth team, which is really quite impressive for him this season. So fingers crossed for him here. It could be an enlightening move. It could be a move that obviously sorts out his future at Arsenal. Fingers crossed that it does. We move on to the next story, which is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and the likelihood that he could be moving closer to a move away from Arsenal. Juventus and Barcelona are both said to be in for the Gabonese forwards. And, we talk about this every day. If Arsenal can move him on, great. But to be honest, it really, really genuinely is one that needs us to bring a striker in, because if we let him go, we are down to the bare bones. So we absolutely need to get a replacement in if we can. If not, I'm not sure that we can let Aubameyang leave. It would be very, very difficult to see Arsenal with enough strength in depth with him gone. But we'll see. Eddie Nketiah as well links into this, because he also could be leaving, which if it did, I was quite shocked to see the report linking him with Newcastle yesterday. If he goes and Aubameyang goes and we're left with just Alexandre Lacazette, it is a situation that leaves us very, very thin. I saw someone on Twitter yesterday putting together kind of like a squad list of the players that we have left at the club, and it's shocking. It's shocking how thin of a squad that we've got today and for the rest of the season if those two players do leave. So Arsenal desperately need to bring players in. And speaking of which, Scamacca has again been linked with a move. The first time I've really kind of seen a strong link for Scamacca to Arsenal in this period of the window. We know that Juventus were in for him. We know that he's a player that they wanted, but have also now seen themselves go and buy Dusan Vlahovic, which was confirmed yesterday, which is a very painful sight, as we kind of expected to see. But he's a player that we know can offer a lot. 6'5", great in the air, still good with the feet, with the ball at his feet, basically. So I think he's a player that would add a different element to Arsenal. But what I would say is that he would cost a serious amount, and Italian players don't tend to leave Serie A all that often. So it would be a bit of a struggle to get this deal done, especially in the final days of the window. But he is a player that has been linked with Arsenal in the recent past. Arne Slot, who is the Feyenoord manager, has been speaking about Reiss Nelson. And he says the talent is there, but what Reiss still struggles with is creating big chances for himself or his teammates. You see a lot of skill, speed and agility, but the final push is still missing. Then it's just not a finish or just not an assist. And look, he's been there for just over half a season. He's trying to get into the starting team. He's trying to get into the first team a lot more, but he's struggling. He's struggling basically because he can't get that final pass, final decision. And that's always been that big thing that's been lacking. It's what I've been critical of Reiss Nelson about at Arsenal is his final ball, final pass. That end product just isn't there for him so far. So fingers crossed we see an improvement in the second half of the season. Maybe he can return and work his way back into the team. He'll have a year left on his contract when he does. But I just don't see this one working out. I don't see him working out at Arsenal, and I think Arsenal will probably look to cash in on him when he returns in the summer. Moving on to the next one, and Alvaro Morata. It was only a matter of time. It was only a Morata of time until we were linked with Alvaro. He at the moment is on loan from Atletico Madrid at Juventus. Barcelona has said that they wanted him. Now Barcelona are looking at Aubameyang as a possible option. It's much more unlikely that Aubameyang will move to Juve, and so therefore, and because of Dusan Vlahovic as well joining, Morata's time at Juve is just completely gonna dive bomb the amount of minutes that he has available. So Morata has now been linked with this move. I would absolutely steer clear of this deal. Him or no one, it's still tempting to stay. I'd steer clear. I still do think we need a striker. I just don't think he's the right one. I really don't think he's the right player for Arsenal in the rest of the season that we've got remaining. We'll see if he is. We'll see if anything happens with this deal. But as a lot of people I can see in the chat, Mud saying, please no Morata. Cass saying, Morata, no, please not. Amir says, always miss Morata. Scott says, no thanks. Morata can stay in Italy. I'm not surprised that this is the view of many people. He's had his shot in the Premier League. It didn't work out. He's gone back to Serie A. It's not necessarily gone amazingly well. He went back to Spain. It didn't go amazingly well there. He's one of the biggest European journeymen that you've seen around Europe. I just don't think he's the right player for Arsenal. Moving on, Kulusevski, who was linked with a move to us in December, and reports recently kind of resurfaced this as well. He now is being linked with Tottenham Hotspur, and Spurs, after they missed out, let me say that again, after they missed out on Adama Traore and Luiz Diaz, who is joining Liverpool now, after it was confirmed yesterday that Liverpool had made that bid for Luiz Diaz. Spurs are said to be in talks with Juve about bringing Kulusevski to North London. I would be frustrated because I think that he's a player that can actually offer quite a bit, and I'd be worried that he might discover his best form at Spurs. But if Arsenal can get better than him, great. If they can't, letting him go, maybe a little bit of an error. Maybe an error. It's one that we'll have to monitor. We'll have to wait and see. And finally, Douglas Luiz, again, continues to be linked with a move to Arsenal. It'll be interesting whether or not this one plays out in the next kind of few... It's kind of, we'll see if it changes. But I don't expect Villa to sell him. I just can't see Villa selling him in the next couple of days. It would be absolutely shocking if they do, considering where they want to go. And considering how little time they have to get a replacement in. And now Leon are said to be in talks with Juventus for Rodrigo Bentancur, who looked to be Villa's replacement if he was to leave. They don't want him to be the replacement. They want him to come in and add to their midfield. But he would be a replacement should we sign Douglas Luiz. But he continues to be linked. He continues to be linked with the club, and he continues to be in a situation where it could move and things could happen in the last couple of days. But I very highly doubt that it will. I'm going to take 4 questions, and then I'm going to wrap things up. So if you've got a burning question, throw it into the chat. Other than that, I'm going to take some questions, and then I'm going back to bed. This is what I'm doing. So get them into the chat box, and I'll answer a few before we wrap things up. Oh, no. This is not good. This is not good at all. Oh, wow. Yep, Jose, 4. Absolutely. If you've joined us late, it was a big night last night. That's all I'm going to say. The Discord server knows that it was. So, 4. Incredible, Tom. You should be absolutely thankful that I'm taking 4. You should be thankful there's a show at all. So, 4 questions is generous. Morning, medical study buddy. I mean, if anything, I do need some medical help this morning. That'd be really, really thankful. This question doesn't count from David. Says, have you taken some diarylize? No, I've not yet. But is this the worst hangover I've ever had? Says Simi. No, I went to uni for 3 years. I've had worse ones than this. GGT Review says, orange juice is a good remedy for a bad head. Head's fine. It's, when you just feel a bit unsteady. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Aaron says, Tommy and Xhaka available against Wolves. Tommy, we don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. We'll wait for Mikel Arteta's press conference ahead of the game. He'll let us know whether or not Tommy is, of course, available. But it was said that he would be out for a few weeks after the Burnley game, which wasn't good. We'll see if it changes. We'll see if anything happens differently. But Tomiyasu, we're not sure about. Xhaka will be available, and he's already training with the team in Dubai. That's where the team are right now, and they are training in the warm weather conditions. Adam says, Tom, have you heard from the expert on Latte Firm, FK, about Scamacca's very special family situation, which makes him a very unlikely to move? I've not heard about that, so I'm not going to speculate about it because I don't know. But that sounds like something that would stop him from moving. Zana says, if we allow Aubameyang and Nketiah to leave, we will have 19 recognised first-team players. How can a club allow that to happen? By getting players in, Zander. It's as simple as that. They can allow it by getting players in. So we'll see if indeed players do join the club in the next few days. Ashwin says, Tom, what do you think of Asensio or Kingsley Coman for the Pepe replacement? Coman's just signed a new deal at Bayern Munich. Let's try that again. Bayern Munich. He's just signed a new deal there. So he's not going to be going anywhere. Asensio, people know I like Asensio. I'd love to see him at Arsenal. I'm not sure that he gives you the goals, though, that Pepe does give you. So we'll see. John says, banana honey milkshake. Wow, that's a new one on me. Hangover gone. That's an interesting one. Neil says, Aubameyang served his sentence for being late. Can he be forgiven and welcomed into the team? It depends if the talks with Arteta can be successful. We don't know the situation. We don't know what's going on. A lot of people want to speculate. A lot of people want to say what they think is going on, but we don't know. We don't know what's happened ultimately, and we're still waiting to find out what happens. But I still think he'll leave before the. I think he'll go before the end of the window. That's my prediction. Is that he will go. Shreya says, hi Tom, what are your thoughts on Wout Weghorst? He's going to Burnley, and I think he's a very good signing for Burnley, but not for Arsenal. I wouldn't have signed him for Arsenal. Josh says, any news on Matthias Svanberg? By the way, bananas are a great hangover cure. I need to get some bananas, man. You guys are suggesting all the bananas. I need the bananas in my life. Not since December. Again, these links went very, very quiet as soon as the window opened. They came from quite a niche area of Italy when they started, which gave them a bit of credibility because sometimes that, those smaller outlets can be more spot on. Those local outlets in Italy can be more reliable than the big Gazzetta dello Sports and Tutmacatas, etc. So nothing has happened, however. Nothing has happened so far. Let's take a couple more. Awolo says, Tom, who's really coming in this January? I don't know. I have no idea. I really don't know what's happening. It's impossible to know if Arsenal might pull something out the bag. Fingers crossed that we can do. Amir says, Tom, that's more than 4 questions. Well done. It's a good point. I'm hanging on by a thread. Matt G says, Tom, not related to this video, but did you see Ivan Toney's video? He just released a statement on Twitter. I did, but I didn't think it was real. I saw it last night, so I was looking at things through very tinted glasses. I've not seen the statement though. Here it is. I'm aware of a video of me that was published on social media today, taken in Dubai, where I have been on holiday during the winter break. In it, I used language that was unacceptable. The video was cut short and edited, but I have to accept the impact this has had, and I realise I should not have put myself in that position. I've explained to the gaffer what happened and apologised to him, but I also want to apologise to all Brentford fans. I respect the way that you all support the team, and I have to say how much I love playing for the club and for you. I'll be back at the training next week, working hard to score more goals to us and looking to score more goals to win us more games for the rest of the season. Wow. Yes, I did see the video. I thought it was one of those really old videos when he wasn't at Brentford. Wow, that's incredible. The fact that he's... the fact that that's now is mad. Says that the video's edited, but how can you edit the video that much that he says that? That's wow. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if that was any of our players? If it was Aubameyang, people would be saying, Arteta out, bring him back in. That's what would happen. People in the chat box are telling you what he said, but that's mad. Imagine if any Arsenal player did that. Sasha says, really off the wall, but how would you feel if Arsenal were tempted to get an unsettled Lewandowski? Can you say no to Lewandowski even at that age? I don't think so. I don't think so whatsoever. Right, we're wrapping things up. We're closing down things. If you've arrived late, apologies that this is a shorter show than usual. The chat box will tell you why. But we've done a show, and I think that is in itself worthy of a like. So even in the worst and most challenging circumstances, I get up and make an 8 a.m. show for you guys. I'll be back tomorrow morning. To be fair, I'll probably be back later on today when the skies and the clouds have cleared. That's when I'll be back. But thank you for tuning in. Do drop a like on the video. Do subscribe if you're not already. We're nearly at 30k. This video, if anything, deserves a like more than any other. So please do drop a like. I will see you very soon, I'm sure. Do check out my show of Harry from last night. Really good conversation. It's got a lot of praise, a lot of support. I know that Harry's opinion is not everyone's cup of tea because, you know, he keeps things very grounded during a very difficult situation. But I thought he spoke very well with all of his points. So do go check out my show with him yesterday if you haven't done so already. You'll see me in a lot of fresher state in that video and probably later on today as well. Oh, we made it. We did it. Right. Have a good day, guys. Enjoy your Saturday. And as always, up the Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners.